Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So I moved to the Phoenix area in September of 2022 this time around. And my first month here, something happened at work that really taught me the value of leaving work on time. I had just started work at a tutoring center and I really wanted to make a good first impression. Now, I didn't realize how privileged some of the families here in Scottsdale are. And with privilege comes a little bit of abuse, and they think they can schedule last minute when they look for tutoring for their kids. Now, for some tutors, it might not be a big problem. For me, at the time, it was. I was just starting to learn to make bismuth art, and one of the problems with any bismuth art project, let me see if I can show something on camera, is that the furnace that I'm using takes time to cool down and all that. And once I get that process started, I have to have some amount of time to operate it. So one day I'm working with that. My boss calls me to asking if I could be there in half an hour, and I very hastily pour something with molten bismuth. It didn't turn out very well. And when I got there, again, these are very privileged students and their families. I ended up going over time by 10-15 minutes, which was my norm up until very recently. And I very seldom do I go over time anymore. And here's what I tell myself. I ask myself to imagine the roles being reversed. If I'm sitting home and something I'm doing kind of makes me wish I could go over time, right? Whether it be making bismuth art, writing a computer game, maybe I have a girlfriend over at my apartment and I wish that could go over time. How do you think my students or even my manager is going to react if I call and say, could I have like 10 more minutes? My girlfriend is here, we're really excited. Or I'm in the middle of a bismuth art project, I'm in the middle of writing a computer game, I'm eating, or whatever the situation is, right? Whenever my students want to go 10-15 minutes overtime, I try to reverse the rules and think how that would go. If I had a student who would be okay with that, then maybe I would consider going overtime with the students. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.